Hello, everyone. Good morning to my fellows, friends, and Professor Jack. My name is Sahar Salim, and my course is Outline China. And the topic of my presentation is Dragon in Phonics, Totem, Animals, and Symbolism. So I divide this topic into two parts. In first part, I will describe about the dragon and phonics totems, and in the second part, I will tell you about the animal symbolism. So let's get started. So the dragon and phonics. The word totem comes from Native American language, which means an image of an animal related to a group of people. It's mean that an image which represent a group of people, which is a representation of a group of people. So the dragon and phonics called Long and Feng in Chinese respectively are the totems of the bird. So the dragon called Long and the phonics called Feng in Chinese. So believe in the dragon and drawing in the imaginary animal can be traced back in primitive society when prehistoric tribes in China adopted the dragon among other totems as the symbol of guardian. So basically, the dragon is the guardian god, and the phonics was commonly referred to the king of the birds, and also called the supernatural bird, which embodied the five um, virtues of which have the five virtues. In the first was the benevolence, the second was propriety, uh, the third was the rightness, and the fourth is the sincerity, and the fifth one is the wisdom. So these are the five representation of this supernatural bird phonics. Moving to the next slide. So the dragon and phonics were heavily used on empirical architecture. Basically, in Chinese architecture, uh, dragon and phonics basically is a myth. Is a myth. Still, it's a myth. But it's in dragon and phonics were heavily used in empirical architecture, especially on the empirical palaces, roof, beams, pillars, and doors. So in Chinese architecture, we used to see there are many Chinese building, primary timber work were also formed into in Shin and Han dynasties. Basically, it start from the Shin and Han dynasties. So we also said that the Shin and Han dynasties are the starts the decorative patterns of Chinese buildings. So the phonics decorative pattern on architecture firstly appeared in Shin and Han dynasties. The and there is the different there are the different regions, and mostly have a different kind of uh, in different dynasties. There are different settlements of the phonics and dragon, with shape and representations are different. So in Shin and Han dynasty, as in my previous slide, yes, in the corner you can see that. So there are the beak of similar like the parrot, and and the body is like the mandarin duck, and the feathers like the peacock, and the legs of a crane. So yes, so it's look like that. So it's the all these description given in Shin and Han dynasties. So basically, the history of China is generally presented according to the dynasties, which starts in the period of ancient rules belonged, which was started in 1912. So China was ruled by the 13 dynasties, which are the very successive dynasties. So now here we have some dynasties which are related to to the dragon and phoenix totems. So with the Taoism, Buddhist art and the traditional Chinese art dragon from Wei and Jin dynasties. In Wei and Jin dynasties had ripples, longer bodies and limbs. So basically, in Wei and Jin dynasties, the craftsman injected a new spirit of ideas into image of the phonics. So the dragon phonics pattern observed the essence of the foreign and Chinese traditional architecture. And in Sui and Tang dynasties, in Sui and Tang dynasties, dragons with curly grass um, carving patterns were always decorated on steel. So it is also said that the phonics on the steels of the Sui and Tang dynasties were more similar to the raptors. So this is why the the they were always decorated on steels. So on third, we have Song and Yan dynasties. So in the Song and Yan dynasties, phonics was overwhelming and vigorous, which was full of romanticism. So romanticism here, the romanticism mean it's a state and the symbol of love. Yeah, so this is why it is also called that the phoenix and dragon are the um, symbol of blissful married couple. So the dragon and phoenix were commonly decorated themes in Ming and Qing dynasties. The phoenix were generally decorated with ribbons and the feathers, which was which seems gloriously beautiful. So in the end, we have Ming and Qing dynasties. Ming and Qing dynasties, the dragon and phoenix used to represent emperors basically, and their concerns were remain decorative patterns scenes on various imperial structures. So the imperial structures also showed on palaces, on the columns, on the pathways and the screens and walls and which are inscribed. So the craved mm, uh, they are the carved painted basically with their images, and also having on the back of the t-shirts of the people. So this is how the Ming and Hin dynasty represents. Right. So as Chinese style is prevalent today, the ancient Chinese dragon and phoenix totem shows the Orient fashion and the culture of the dragon, and the phoenix has become the dispensable decorative element in Chinese architecture. So this representation of is in Chinese architecture is totally different. Moving on to the next slide. All right, so now we start the second part of the presentation, which is animal symbolism. So animal symbolism, which I told you in my first slide, that image of an animal related to a group of people. So basically, the animal symbolism is the same thing. Like other ancient culture, the Chinese cultures have a wide, seemingly bewildering range of animal symbolism. Animals have been studied for a long time. So basically, in Chinese culture, there is a huge, huge, huge history far back. um, so there are so many symbols, various characters of characteristics of animal symbolism. So in Chinese symbolize, which has the longest historical continuity from far back in in 2900, has a wide range of delightful animal symbolism. So there are uh, there are also some zodiac signs which are also a representation of animals, or representation of people in Chinese history using the zodiac signs. So the first in the first we have panda. Panda is a symbol of Maine, and peacock represent a dignity, beauty, active luck, and fame, and the heavenly. So on third we have horse, or it's a horse, speed and resilience. The horse is one of the animals of zodiac, Chinese zodiac sign. As per I told you before that there are so many animals in Chinese zodiac signs which are used in Chinese zodiac signs. So crane, so it has four colors which are black, blue, white, and yellow. So next to the phonics, the second most important winged animals. Uh, on a side note, it's said that the spirits can ride on the cranes. So this is so wonderful. So cricket on the five, which means fighting spirit, and duck, merit bliss. Duck is the read wishing for the positive examination result, as per I told you before in my slide number 2, that the phonics has also the body of duck. So the dragon and phonics also called the merit place for the couples. All right, so the monkey has driving away the evil spirit. One of again one of the animals of the Chinese zodiac is depicted on one of the goblets, or one of the 12 symbol of empirical sovereignty. And the eighth is the elephant, which means strength and being a ridden happiness. And the ninth is the fish. So the fish is the sign of wealth, and fish is the one of the eighth Buddhist symbol of the good fortune. So, and now the 10th is a lion, the king of the jungle. Holy being, strength, protection, warrior, energy, empirical guardian lion. So these are the animal symbolism. So now it's time to say you goodbye, and thank you so much for listening me. Thank you.